I confronted my daughter-in-law about her constant lying. Now she's demanding an apology, but I refuse. I, 56F, have a son and things have been tense because of his wife, Emily, at 28. I've noticed over the past year that Emily tends to stretch the truth or flat out lie about things, both big and small. At first, it was little things like saying she couldn't come to family dinners because of work, only to post on social media that she was out with friends. And then it escalated to bigger things. One example that really bothered me happened recently. So we were both supposed to attend a charity fundraiser. I was there the entire evening and never saw her. When I later asked if she had made it, she insisted that she had been there the whole time and even said she saw me but was too busy to come say hi. This wasn't true, I know. For a fact, she wasn't there. The volunteers list was small, and I definitely would have seen her. We were all in the same room. More recently, she lied about something involving a family event. So we were planning a small gathering for my husband's birthday, and Emily told me she'd arranged a cake from his favorite bakery. So the day of the party, she showed up empty-handed, claiming they lost the order. So when I called the bakery to see what happened, they had no record of any order ever being placed. That was the last straw for me. I pulled her aside later and confronted her about her constant lying. I tried to be calm and respectful, but I told her that her dishonesty was starting to affect how I viewed her and that it was creating tension in the family. She literally messed up my husband's birthday with these lies. She completely denied it and got really upset, saying I was making her out to be a bad person and that I was overreacting. So my son got involved and is now angry with me. The whole thing has caused a rift, and now Emily refuses to come to any family gatherings unless I apologize. I feel like I had every right to call her out, and I have nothing to apologize for. Next story. I, 38F, think my marriage to my husband, 42M, is over after years of growing apart. Now I'm left wondering if there's anything left to save. This got really long. I'm sorry. If you make it to the end, bless you. My husband and I have been together for 16 years. We have 2 kids. It's mostly been a good relationship, with normal ebbs and flows. The past year has been pretty difficult on my end, and I think I've reached my breaking point. I just want to make it clear before I start that my husband is a good man, and I do love him. I've been a stay-at-home mom for most of our marriage. It was out of necessity rather than desire on my part. My husband was working at building his business, and we needed the flexibility of me being home. I had a job I loved, but I didn't make much, and it just made sense at the time. I also homeschool our children because it works well for us. I did all the normal stay-at-home mom stuff: dinner, cleaning, laundry, bills, etc. He did help when needed and was never resentful of it. He worked very long hours and lots of weekends, but I supported him because owning his own business was his dream. About 3 years ago, I started to feel some fatigue from being the primary caregiver of our children. I wanted more and our business was pretty stable, so we agreed that I'd go back to school. Our children are old enough now that schooling them is less hands-on, so again, it made sense. I graduated with my 2-year degree last year and started nursing school shortly thereafter. This is when things started to get rough. Nursing school is a total time suck. It requires so much time and so much energy. We discussed the shifting of responsibility and how difficult this was going to be on all of us, and he said he was supportive. He started making snide comments about things he was doing at home, things I had always taken care of, things that I guess he just didn't realize I did. I tried to communicate with him, see what could be done to make things easier on him for this transition. He is not a good communicator though, so I didn't push, a mistake on my part. The comments started getting more frequent and meaner. We've never been mean to each other. It's just not how we fight, or rather, hasn't been how we fight. He started getting resentful of the time I was up at school, or volunteering. I do volunteer quite a bit. Summer came and I thought things would get better. I got a job where I work a few days a week from 7-7. I love my job so much, and it's really nice to finally be able to contribute to our income. It's really empowering. Over the past few months, I've become a lot more independent. Historically, I've needed my husband a lot. I had some really serious depression after our kids, and I couldn't do much without him, like go to the doctor or grocery shop or whatever. Over the past 5 years, I've gotten that under control. Through nursing school, I've made a lot new friends that I like to spend time with. We grab quick dinners and sometimes head to the movies. This apparently bothers my husband, though he's never actually verbalized it. I started to come home from an activity, volunteering, or a night out with friends to rage on his part. He would yell at me, call me names, and say horribly hurtful things. He went through and read my text messages, trying to find I'm doing wrong. My friend group is mixed female and male, and most are younger than I am. When I come home, I never know how he'll react. Last night was pretty bad. He stopped replying to my random I love you texts, and this morning didn't bother to say it back. He's hanging up on me, he's ignoring me, he's treating me really badly. He twists my words and ascribes them emotions that I'm just not feeling. I feel like I'm dying inside. Any self-esteem I've gained from following my dreams, he's crushing. While I don't think he's abusive, I feel a lot like I did when I was in an abusive relationship. Walking on eggshells, trying to test the room when I walk in. Afraid to do anything that might upset him, being overly nice so that he'll be nice back. To be clear, I'm home most nights. I might go out with friends once a week or twice, but once is during the day. Like this week, Sunday, I went to dinner with a friend that was leaving for New York the next day. I was gone 2 hours. On Monday, I was home. Tuesday, I was working all day, then went up to the school for midnight registration. Wednesday is my weekly volunteer day, and whoever is volunteering goes out for food after for about an hour. Today, I'm working a short shift. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I'm home. I'm just done. I'm so tired of feeling badly about myself. Like I'm doing something wrong. I've tried to talk about all of this 1,000 times. I never fight back when he's yelling at me or calling me names. I've suggested counseling. I'm going to therapy myself, but he's not interested. The problem is, I don't want my marriage to be over. I love him and I promised him forever. I don't break my promises. I just want things to go back to where they were a year ago. I need help. Thanks in advance. Tell Drive, my husband is resentful of positive changes that I've made in my life over the past year, which has led to him treating me terribly. I don't think I can do it anymore, but I don't want my marriage to be over. I don't know what to do. I tried to save my brother from his wife's unhealthy obsession with maybe, but now they're both furious with me. I'm starting to wonder if I went too far. I, F28, have a younger brother, M26, who just got married a few months ago. He and his wife, let's call her Jessica, are super excited about starting a family. So the thing is, ever since I had my baby 3 months ago, Jessica has been acting really strange. Like she constantly wants to babysit, but it's not just normal aunt vibes. She's rearranging my baby's nursery whenever I leave her alone with the baby, taking tons of pictures of my kid, and even bought a bunch of matching outfits for her and my baby. I get that she's excited, but it's starting to feel less like auntie love and more like she's trying to make my kid her own little doll. I brought it up to my brother, and he said I'm overreacting, but I can't shake this weird feeling. So, in a moment of frustration, I told him that I think Jessica is crossing some boundaries and might be a little too obsessed. Now he's mad at me for attacking his wife, and it's turned into this whole family drama. A data for trying to protect my baby from what feels like an unhealthy fixation. I just want to make sure my kid grows up in a healthy environment, not one where they feel like a prop in someone else's fantasy. Next story. Surprised my wife with the food she'd been craving, but she was upset it wasn't exactly what she expected. Now I'm wondering if I made a mistake. My wife has mentioned in the past that she wanted to try the Krabby Patty burger and a pineapple Frosty from Wendy's. On my way home from work, I decided to surprise her. I picked up a Krabby Patty burger, a chicken sandwich for myself, and 2 pineapple Frosties. I knew she was about an hour away, so I told her I had a surprise waiting for her when she got home. To keep the food fresh, I put her burger in the fridge and the Frosty in the freezer. I even ordered the burger without lettuce, thinking I could avoid it getting soggy, and we have lettuce at home that we could add fresh. So when she got home, she was excited about the Frosty and asked, "Is there a Krabby Patty burger too?" I told her to check the fridge, and that's when things went downhill. She got upset because the burger was cold and I didn't get fries. She said that real justice would have been me waiting for her to come home so we could both get fresh food together, or at least putting my food in the fridge too, so we'd both be eating cold food. She accused me of always expecting grand things for doing gestures that aren't as big as I think they are and said I didn't listen to her since she wanted the full meal, not just the burger and Frosty. She also said she's not going to pretend to be grateful for something that wasn't what she asked for. I was just trying to do something nice, and now I feel like my gesture was totally unappreciated. Ada,